Have you ever wondered where the term gaslighting comes from? Last night I watched the 1944 movie Gaslight, starring Ingrid Bergman and Charles Boyer. Now, everyone's heard of gaslighting, which is when one person manipulates another into questioning their reality. Turns out that term is actually derived from this film. The movie opens on a scene where a man is lighting a gas lamp, and these lights are a theme throughout. I found this to be true art. If you didn't know, in the past, street and interior lighting were fueled by natural gas. Gas lines ran throughout the home, and you flip a switch to release the gas, then light it with a match. Wild, right? By the way, am I the only one who feels like the 40s weren't that long ago? Anyway, the beautiful Ingrid Bergman plays Paula, who's sent from England to Italy after a trauma to start a new life. But quickly a love story ensues, and so do the red flags. Paula falls in love with a pianist, George, played by Charles Boyer. George is a master of his craft, and I don't mean the piano. We watch as unsuspecting Paula repeatedly tries to please her new love, but is slowly driven mad. I mean, marrying a guy you've only known for 2 weeks isn't the best idea. Charles Boyer plays the role of George so expertly that I was genuinely triggered and caught myself holding my breath a few times. I mean, this was a masterclass in gaslighting. I can see why, 80 years after this movie came out, we still use the term to describe this behavior. The use of the supporting characters really should be mentioned too. George hires a lady's maid who's only interested in flirting with men and going out on the town. He knows she and his wife won't get along, so he successfully stops a friendship from forming. A pleasant surprise came when I realized that the actress was none other than 17-year-old Angela Lansbury. This was actually her big break in film. The only other person allowed in the house is the housekeeper, who is portrayed as elderly and hard of hearing, and even though she meant well, she contributed to the husband's gaslighting due to her hearing problems, which really solidified Paula's belief that she was going insane. I do prefer older movies as they're slower, more nuanced, and visually pleasing. This one scene now lives rent-free in my head. I actually would recommend that everyone watch this movie in order to bring awareness to themselves and others. Once you understand the signs of gaslighting, they're easy to spot. But since the offenders are usually pros at it, the one being gaslit will be none the wiser until it's too late. Remember, it's not your fault for expecting people to be good and honest, but also if something isn't adding up or you start feeling bad when they're around, it's time to go. And if you're on the other side of this and it turns out you're the one holding the match, I implore you to do some inner work because you also hurt yourself when you manipulate others. All we have in this world is our integrity. Here's wishing healthy relationships to you all. And getting back to the review, the ending had my jaw on the floor. I was living vicariously through Paula, and if you were triggered by acts in the movie, you can bet Ingrid Bergman will redeem you in the end. Thanks for watching. Check out my movie review playlist if you enjoyed this.